Hello all. Today I will talk a little bit more on lava. I had a couple other questions about lava and how I did something yesterday. But I had a new idea for y'all who like making lava. Made an update to the file that I shared, which I will reshare a new link with this video. But I thought we would talk about a different way of doing it. Someone had asked about making a river. Well, after I went to sleep, well, it took me 2 hours to fall asleep, but as I laid there uh, trying to sleep, I had this idea. What about making decals to be rivers? Decals go over the tops of things. Like you could go over the top of a mountain, it'll follow, the terrain wherever you want it to go. It'll go over, in most cases, over some objects, not all. Which the over objects feature on decals, for whatever reason, don't work like you think they should, which they should go over a mesh object, but they some reason think over the top is somewhere at the bottom of the world. So this function doesn't work like, that's weird. It doesn't work right, so I don't use it. But it's supposed to go over stuff. But decals are like stickers. So you'll have issues like this wall. You just have to edit the object, or this is probably, they probably painted this as a forest item, I'm guessing, because I can't click on it. So I'd go to the forest tool for like this wall and pick a segment like this and just move it. Just move them back like that. Just so it'll look like the decal is, kind of going over them. I'd just do that. Not everything's a forest item. Some things are regular mesh objects that you pick like that, but this is not the case with this one. So back what I was saying, you take the decal and then you run the decal down just like a river. And lava, as you know, can break into different streams. You can have different size ones that just kind of break away and then they come back and converge together, and maybe all these are Control A to pick all them nodes and say this one to be too wide, and maybe you got another one over here, and it just kind of runs over the top and then it kind of joins in. Maybe it starts to widen here more than it is up there at the top. Maybe that one's, I don't know, maybe that one's more narrow. Got a kink in our line. I'm going to fix that. And so these all come together, and then maybe at the bottom, isn't that nice? They already got a decal for us there. So what you do then is you just pick the texture, which I created another texture called Lava 3, which I guess I did not animate yet, or it didn't save the animation. So let me fix that. Lava 2, no, not that one. Lava 3. It is supposed to be moving. Or is it moving so slow? It's moving so slow I can't see it's moving. That's what it is. But we want this one to move. We want this to be 0. Okay, now those are going to all nicely follow whatever decal you got. These decals, they just go one way unless you modify the texture. So by putting, did I save that? Let me check. I'm bad about not saving when I do an edit. When I edit stuff. Let me just make sure I hit save. And if it don't look like it's saved, I hit that save button. I don't know. So we'll go back to our decal editor and our inspector, and we'll just give all these lava 3s. Oh, that's going the wrong way. See, that can happen. So let me just change the direction of the material. Let me make it flow the other way, because I didn't realize when I made that decal which direction it was flowing, which is fine. It can flow that way. And then kind of have it kind of merge into that one. Now, decals have texture links, so when you pick a decal, you can adjust its texture length in the inspector for each decal, which if you make a really wide decal, you want to increase the texture length so that it doesn't look like it's squashed. So we'll go back up here to these other decals, which I don't see, but I know they're here. And we'll give them the same texture. Somewhere's another one. There it is. Probably best you assign the texture as you're slapping them on here, instead of going back like I just did. So that's just another way you can, do a little more with lava effects. That's very easy to do. Just as simple as applying a texture. Which you can mess with these texture links to make them look like they're moving faster or slower by just increasing the length. You just don't want to get it so that it looks like that, or more like that. You want it to have, so it looks like it's not stretched. That looks stretched there. And we just have like this nice little river flow going down the mountain. Even looks like little waterfalls almost, little water lava falls. That's one good thing, decals just stick just like stickers. Now if you want to go back and add little effects, you make your particle, not the particle editor, don't want to mess with that one, the particle emitter. Go all these like little trees and put you a few of them in there. And I wish I knew which number it was. I think it's in the 20s. Yeah. The ones in the 20s are the fire. Kind of make these look like they're, burning these bushes from a distance. The 26 is the one that probably worked best. I'd like to learn how to edit these without messing the game up, but for now I don't really advise messing with it. And I think I just changed them all back. But anyway, hey, yeah, you could do that. You could add like little fires to stuff. Or you could take it one step farther and maybe make one of them the smoke emitter. I think the teens are the smoke. That's more like water. Maybe it's some of the 20s. No, I don't know. I'm guessing at this point. One of these. One of them, in fact, is smoke. Which some of these are pretty CPU intensive. And burning bush right there. But you get the idea. You can add little particles to kind of make things look like they're burning and whatnot. You can get this happen here too with your decals. You get these kinks and stuff that you can kind of adjust these. You see it's kinked, that's why it's messing it up. So you can just kind of mess with it. Or you can mess with the smoothness and the detail of a decal also in the inspector. Here, break angle, that might help, 0.25. Wait a minute, was I clicked on the right? Yeah, break angle. But that ain't the one I'm thinking about. It's the detail and smoothness one's the one I'm thinking about. That increases the detail level. But can make your it can make your damn mesh disappear, or your decal disappear. I ain't really figured out why that does that, like when you're increasing detail, but you probably don't want to increase it that much anyway, because you're just going to end up causing the damn game to run like crap. You're basically subdividing it, making it more polys and stuff. So that's one way you could do things. Let's see, what was I going to say? Oh yeah. What I did yesterday, I'm getting some piss poor performance. I bet it's from this decal. That decal, I mean, sorry, this emitter. These emitters or something, man. They will, certain ones will eat your performance up. Oh, yeah, of course. Before I move on, let me say this. Decals have I think I deleted it. Yes, I deleted the damn thing somehow. Decals have a distance that they draw, and they'll fade out. You can adjust this here in the decal in the inspector. Distance fade, you can increase it, say 1,000 distance fade. But you may have to change the render priority to get it to show you that fade at a longer distance. I don't know how to explain the render priority other than it's just what the priority over in the engine of it rendering and not rendering, depending on the load of the game at any time. Which number is higher priority? Is it the lower number? That's what I would assume, but it could be the opposite. But you can increase all of them to like 1,000. Then they won't fade in and out so quickly. If your scene you're making for your video, calls for being able to see it farther. So that's one thing. The next thing, let's go to this. This is the model from yesterday. Oh my God, my performance is sucking in here for some reason. Not the model from yesterday. This is the new one I made. I'm gonna delete this stuff and hope it fixes my problem. This is just a demanding level. There's a lot of stuff on it. And of course, when you're in your editor, you get less performance when you're in the editor. I've noticed that too than when I'm in the game. This don't look like it's glowing at all. I wonder if I got the mesh. I don't know. It just don't look like it's glowing like the other ones. To me, it just looks darker for some reason. But the way I did the water yesterday is, let me get over some ground because I don't want to sink in the real water. Let me find a place that's flat. Damn, I wouldn't want to imagine how long it'd take to make this level. It's probably the biggest developer map of all the maps. It's a huge map. If somebody were to come with me and say, hey man, can you make this level? Hell no, I wouldn't want to. I'll do good to make a map the size of this. This is a little area here. I could imagine taking an undertaking of something of this scale. But if the money was right, I guess I would. Well, yeah, it'd take me 6 months. Yeah, I could do that. Two grand? Yeah, I could do that. Alright, so let's see, mesh asset browser log. This is the one from yesterday, which this is the new one. Which you see it's dark, right? That don't look right. Why ain't that one glowing? I don't know. I don't damn know. But it should be because I turned it on. I don't know. Emissive seems to work for this one for whatever reason. Don't know why. But anyway. So what I basically did is made another object. This one is a different, this is just a plane. It's not a, it's not the one from yesterday that's an actual animated object. This one is just a simple plane, which this one uses Lava 3, which you can adjust the animation for it if you want to change it. You can adjust these settings. Which yesterday I was talking about scroll, and I was talking about rotation. So yeah, this one you can. So this would be Lava 4. Now the way I made the car sink into it is I depressed the terrain so that the terrain is actually lower than what it looks like. But rather than mess with the terrain, I'll just raise this up higher. And I'll put a river on the top. I'll tell it to be, I'll go to the inspector, I'll pick all the nodes. Node width 50, which this is a big ass mesh. You have to have a whole lot of these rivers. I don't know if the river can go wider than 50. I guess it can. I wasn't sure how wide the river would go. Which I know the river, damn. Okay. I guess the mesh road is the one that's limited. These damn rivers, man, they're intense on your CPU. But you don't have to be a river. It can be a water plane, a water block. A river moves, it would move the car along. And I had the river in a way yesterday that it was slightly above the effect. Just slightly. So that it created like a heated air look like this. It gives it that nice, like the air is hot kind of look. And then I went into the inspector of the river and I changed the density, which is the word I couldn't remember. I think it's 13,000. And I think the viscosity I moved up to 5. Now if you spawn a car on the top of this, which I bet it's going to teleport my ass where I didn't want to be. Well, not where I was working. I want to hit F7, and because the air and the tires, it'll appear to float for a while until it like turns sideways or something. F7. Yeah, because of the tires, it's actually floating in the water more or less. Oh, F8 because this fly over there again. Yeah, and it's just the tires, the air in the tire, and the buoyancy of the water. Actually, it doesn't look right like that. The water is not close enough to the lava. So you have to raise the lava up or move the water. Let's touch the lava and move it easy. Which one is that? Lava 3? Yeah, lava 4. Damn, it's such a big object. I don't see the little handles to grab it. No, that's the wrong thing. Which one is it? This one. There's a little things you grab. There it is. It's too close. I don't see the damn heat effect now, like I did. A little bit lower. Oh, I moved the wrong thing. There we go. I don't know that's really much better, but alright, so here in Inspector, let me change this density. Let me change it to 12,000. 10,000 will sink. Oh, maybe it would. Yeah, there it goes. Now it's starting to slowly take the car. That's kind of cool thing. If you rip a wheel off, put it on by itself without the car. Why the hell? I'm gonna pick everything around the damn. Oh, because I'm in the damn editor. Like, why is it picking everything and slowing my game down? Like, it don't usually pick all that crap when I pick a node. Damn, can I not take the wheel off this son of a bitch? Any other time, wheel would break right off. Give me that damn wheel. Alright, watch this. Well, it's got flat now, maybe it won't do it, but it'll be like a hot piece of, it'd be like a drop of water on a hot skillet. I didn't do it. I did it yesterday. I should have posted that. It was like a hot jumping bean, just jumping all around, skipping. It looked kind of funny. I keep fooling with it. I did want to see, like, if I mess with the river texture, not texture. Look at this shit. It's got all this stuff selected for some reason. If I pick the river, I change the base color. Will it mess with this color of the splashes against the car? Is what I was wondering. No, it's still that white. That white color. See, the white splashes. I was thinking I'd change it to red. But yeah, but that's it. That's it, really. I did also do some smoke. Just show you in the other level how that's done. Or, yeah, I gotta get out of this one. That's in the other one. I probably should just load it in the blender. That'd better illustrate it than the game will. How this is made. Open, import, collide. Alright, let me navigate to that level. So that's all this is. It's just an animated mesh, which to hide it repeating and starting over, I kind of got it coming out of the ground and then going back into the ground, which I don't like at the end how it just drops off real quick. But that's how that's done. And that is a PNG file, a phong, however you say it. So it's got a transparency, but I believe I might have converted that. No, it's still a PNG. I'll convert that sucker to a DDS, save some space. But that's all that is. And it's a double-sided texture. And I just tweak the color in the game. Let's see, exit, no play, free roam. Damn, level's taking longer and longer to load. I remember when it used to load like in a couple seconds. Well, at least it still loads. I'm missing the forest. That's some shit. You never know with this game. I lucky back this sucker up about a couple days ago. I might accidentally deleted the whole forest. Looks like a deer, no? The forest. Oh, I guess that was good. That's good. So the smoke here. So now if you look at the smoke, you can see it following the same animation path. And all I did was just made it red. And I got several layers throughout here that just all go in between, like from back there to up front. But if I pull up the smoke, all I did with the lava is just change the color and the opacity. Change it to more of a red, giving it more red. And less blue. I'm not sure exactly what I had it set. It was more of a reddish like that. And the alpha channel is how thick the smoke is. So that was all I did there. Which I guess I could put this smoke in the lava and update the file. Let me exit out of here. Alright, so I'll rezip this stuff and I'll upload it. So it'll have that new lava that you can edit. It'll have the old lava that animates. I mean, you can edit the texture, if you wanted to. And it'll have that smoke, if you want to mess with that smoke. Just got to test it all, and then I'll pack it all and send it. Oh, and where you'll extract it, you can overwrite the old folder. Which, whatever level you're putting it in, just put it in like the level art folder. Which I realized unzipping this thing, you don't want a folder in a subfolder. Which I'm not sure if that happens when you unzip it, how it's going to unzip. I just zipped it, I didn't unzip it. But I did see earlier where it like made like lava in a folder, lava that's in the art folder. Maybe that'll work. I don't know. I usually don't try to do that. I try to keep them all, one way. Let's see how it's supposed to look. This is how the folder should be. You go into Italy and the art, like just say it was Italy. Whatever your map is, the art folder, and you got lava. And I got that lava 2, and lava 3, and lava 4, and then I'll add the smoke also. Which I guess I could just put the smoke in here with the lava. I guess that would work. I'll just add the material file of the smoke in here with the lava, and it should work fine.